But still, they didn't even review. They didn't review. The only thing we heard that, the only thing we saw was the referee raising his hand up. That it was a handball, cancelling the goal. And seriously, this is what we complain of every single time. The inconsistency in the Premier League is too much.
Arsenal bottling a 2-0 lead at the Emirates. Unai Emery and Martinez coming back to haunt their former Arsenal FC. Thoughts on that?
I wouldn't say haunt or terror or anything, but it happens. This is the Premier League. For me, if you ask me, it's just quite a shame that VAR, the Premier League VAR, couldn't even favour us a little bit. Well, Premier League, 2 mistakes today. First of all, it happened at Bournemouth against Newcastle, where Tonali kicked the ball out of the touchline. They blew it as a corner kick when Dango scored. And today again, later this evening, Arsenal, still, Kai Havertz, his hand was in his body now. Baba Youssef, you see him, his hand was in his body. Kept it like this. But still, they didn't even review. They didn't review. The only thing we heard, the only thing we saw was the referee raising his hand up. That it was a handball, cancelling the goal. And seriously, this is what we complain of every single time. The inconsistency in the Premier League is too much. Come on now, no day. Well, that is the Premier League. That's what makes the Premier League fun. The inconsistency is too much with the referee and the VAR. The officiating was fine. Arsenal played really well, but these things, we always talk about these things every single time. It's no fair. There's no fair game anymore. There's no fair game anymore. We deserved the win. We deserved the win 100%, but we couldn't get it. A painful one, though. But still, I saw some upsides in Arsenal. I saw a lot of upsides in Arsenal. And still, I'm very happy. I'm happy with our performance today. So, yes.
You said you saw some upsides in the Arsenal game today. What are those upsides you're talking about?
Well, firstly, from Martinelli, because of the criticism outside, they've been saying he hasn't been playing fine. Same as Leonardo Trossard. Trossard did very well. Our attack was actually a bit okay. Actually, a bit. It's not what everybody wants, but still it's okay. I liked our attack. Also, our midfield as well. The only problem I had in our midfield was Mikel Merino. He's not the best of the players, but he tried as well. He's not the best of the players, well, at least he did fine. But Merino, no. Merino too slow now. A paceless midfielder. Because he is a paceless midfielder. How can you be strolling with the ball? You are running, but it's as if you are not going anywhere. His passing abilities are poor. He lacks a good control. He lacks detection of game. He can't even detect the game. The only thing I saw him doing was tackling, falling players, but there was still nothing. So yeah, Mikel Merino, no. Very poor from him. But everything, our defense as well, because Saliba was not there. I didn't even check the news. When I saw the lineup, I didn't even see Saliba on the bench. I was like, this coach done the mad. Today, no one can start Saliba. When I looked, I saw Saliba was injured. I was like, I said, now wow. And he showed that without Gabriel and Saliba, it can't work. It can't work because of, truth be told, the second goal, yes, the floor came from Thomas Partey. He left his man that he was marking. Kai Havertz even had to come back to head the ball to assist, but still, it didn't work. What's his name? Watkins, he twatted it in. So there's no problem there, but still, without Saliba, we can't do anything. It's simple. And Gabriel, he did very well, but at least the goal even still came from Simba's side. I mean, Saliba was there. I believe he would have marked Watkins, or he would have protected the ball. And these are still the problem. Without Gabriel and Saliba, we can't do anything. So now, imagine if the both of them has injury. Imagine Gabriel had injury this game now. What would have happened? Omo would have been toasted because of the next game. Who you want to play? Kibio and Timber at centre back. A calamity now. It can't happen. So honestly, the game wasn't really bad though. But as Saliba was there and Merino, a non-creative midfielder, it can work. I'll give Declan Rice his flowers because Declan Rice did very well. Declan Rice, the guy to try. Odegaard still as well. He's still rusty. He hasn't gotten himself back. Since from that injury, since he can't save those beer, he never still gets himself. But still, they played really fine. Yes, they played really fine.
You said, and I quote, that without the pairing of Saliba and Gabriel, that things will not work in the Arsenal defense. Now, I tend to say that Gabriel is incompetent without Saliba, and Saliba is incompetent without Gabriel.
They're like twins. The pair, that combination, that synchronization must be there with the both of them because of without Gabriel, there's no Saliba. Without Saliba, there's no Gabriel. And this they've been playing together. I think it's almost 3 years now. So yes, Gabriel did pretty fine. But it showed those little lapses showed that without Saliba, it's incomplete. And same as when Gabriel is not around. Kivio, it shows that Kivio, that one said no be player now. So yes, I would say yes. Without a Gabriel, there's no Saliba. Without a Saliba, there's no Gabriel. Yes, you see that.
So what are the positives you take from today's game? And what do you feel? I mean, what did you feel your coach did wrong today that made Arsenal bottle their 2-goal lead?
Firstly, I will have to go back to the January transfer window where we still haven't gotten a player. As game they hot like this, honestly, if now Manchester United, imagine say this game they hot like this, then imagine Amorim bringing Anthony into the game. What does Anthony want to do? It's same as Sterling. You need to buy a player, even if it's not buy. At least take players on loan with obligation to buy. At least that will help. You brought in Sterling. Sterling didn't play bad, fine. But we need players that can detect the game and prove that they are worth this value and they can score goals. We need goal scorers. We need people that can change the game. As the game be the hot, honestly, I was expecting Arteta to bring in Zinchenko because of Merino. He played fine the first half. Also at the starting of the second half. Towards the ending of the game, he became sloppy. It showed. Leave that go when he scored with the council. It showed that Merino was sloppy. But still, he couldn't prove himself that Arteta couldn't just one day deceive us or prove to us that at the experiment now, let me bring in Zinchenko. Zinchenko is a midfielder. Zinchenko doesn't play left back in Ukraine. He's a midfielder. He's a 10. Bring in Zinchenko. Zinchenko can read games. He can detect the games. I mean, he brought in Zinchenko. I think he would have made those killer passes, those defense breaking passes to destroy the defense. And maybe Kai Havertz would have scored another one or Trossard. So honestly, the upsides, I would say our attack, as I said before, the attack was for goals where we know they missed the score. We managed to score 2 goals. So really too bad, Sha. Arteta is just a stubborn coach. He's a very stubborn coach, and I believe he doesn't even take advice. Anything, go carry Partey, go play right back. Even when you have a complete squad, he takes Partey to the right back. That's already a win conversion now. You have already changed the player role. So for me, if you ask me, he didn't do really bad, but he's just stubborn. And he needs to learn. There's no difference between him and Guardiola. They said the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Arteta and Guardiola are literally the same people. They carry Guardiola, they play attack. It's the same thing. So at the upside, we played really fine. I'm not angry at the play, but I'm just angry that how will we be 2 goals up and you come back inside the second half? I mean, it was 1 goal, 1-1. I wouldn't have been angry, but 2 goals up and you come back 2-2. It's painful.
So what would you take out from this game? What are the positives from this game, and who would you give your man of the match, regardless of the results?
My man of the match, I would say Leonardo Trossard, because of, unlike other games, we've seen it multiple times with Arsenal and Leonardo Trossard. When you bring him up from the bench, Trossard doesn't really perform that much, but at least today he started and he played really fine. I'll say Trossard is my man of the match because of, I think, is it 2 assists? He gave Martinelli 1 and he gave... Yes, and no, he didn't score. He gave Martinelli 1 and he gave Kai Havertz 1. Yes, so yes, I'll give Trossard man of the match because of he played pretty fine, very very fine. So yes, and the upside about the game is our general play. They say we know they score goal from open play. I think we scored the 2 goals from open play. So yes, at least. But for training, I still see for training they don't try set piece. I don't see set piece in training. But for match, everybody just did cross. So the upsides, we played open play, and I'll say Trossard, I'll give him a 8.1. Yes, because he did pretty fine. I think 2 assists. Trossard.
Okay, thank you very